All right, I'm giving you guys the above average Fireking deck profile. So let's get into it. First things first, we have 3 Volcanics. I think this is, it should be at 3, and I think this is the best normal summon for Fire Kings. I think if you're playing a bunch of the Snake Eye cards, you're making yourself lose to more BS. You're making yourself lose to hand traps more, and it's not as good going into an established board. For example, if your opponent has a board full of negates, and you normal summon Snake Eye Ash, a simple interruption, you're kind of cooked, right? Your normal summon doesn't do anything. But if you normal summon Volcanics, it lets you play through things, you could crash it and summon the other Garunics from your deck. So I think it just does a lot more in the simplified game states, and it just plays through hand traps more, and people are playing a lot of hand traps. So I'll play 3 Volcanics. It's also your main way to play through all the Perulias and the Molcharmies. Then I have 3 Kirin. Again, I think this is insane. You see it with all your other cards, and combo extends as well as it's good in the mid game, and you want to have 3. It comes up. 2 Ponix. I don't play 3. I just think it's another normal summon, and you get to it through your Witch. So I think 2 is perfect. Then I play 1 Garunix, one of the new Garunix, one of the OG Garunix, and then 1 Arvata. I think this is like the minimal package, and I think it's just perfect. You recycle this card all the time, and same thing with this. And because you're playing 3 Kirin, you could loop them in the mid game, and that's it. You don't want to play the Barong and 2 of this, because then you're going to start breaking. So I think this is like the perfect and most basic Fire King package. Then for the above average spice, I play Dark Hole Dragon and 2 Dark Holes in the main deck. So I think all the Fire King cards, whether it's Volcanics, whether it's Kirin, whether it's Fire King Island, which Ponix gets to, in the mid game, in the late game, you're always going to be able to pop a card without targeting, right? So having access to Dark Hole Dragon, even though it's a one of, like if you see it, it's good, right? If not, it's fine. It's somewhere in your deck, right? But if you open it, you'll have a very easy way to get it on the board, and you're going to end up searching a Dark Hole. This card has 3,000 attack and cannot be destroyed by card effects. So it's actually like hard for your opponent to get over. And if they're going to SP banish it or something like that, then you're going to live another turn and you're going to search a Dark Hole. So keep in mind, if you use this on your own turn, during the end phase, you're going to search Dark Hole, and then you could easily trigger it on your opponent's turn, and then you're going to search another Dark Hole. So you're going to start your turn with 2 Dark Holes. So yeah, I just think this card is really, really cool. It comes up, like, just try it out. And then Dark Hole, I think it combos really well with just all the Fire King cards. And you could see it going first, see it going second. You could see it in the mid game, and it could be an absolute bomb. So I really, really like this package. And of course, I side into the 3rd Dark Hole going second. So that's that. Then I play 1 Witch. I know most people play 2, but I think 1 is perfect. Again, I don't want to break, and I don't want to draw redundant cards. I don't want to lose to Shifter, and I don't want to lose to Molcharmies. So I play 3 Witch, 3 Wanted. This is the one that you actually want to see, right? Because you want to draw a card. Original, and then I play a very small, again, 1 of the Deception and 1 of the Hollowed Azamina. I think these cards are just too broken not to play. Really good against Rogue, really good against everything. But again, you can see I don't play too many of these and too many Witches, so you don't draw redundant cards. You're just going to always play the game, and you're going to play Fire King, because I think that's the good part of the deck. I think the Snake Eye cards, you kind of funnel your deck, and it's a lot of fluff to eventually get into the Fire King cards, so I want to just get into the Fire King cards, right? All right. Then we have 2 Island and 2 Sanctuary. I know most people play 1, but you're always going to bring back Ponix in your opponent's turn, so getting access to more of these cards is really, really cool. And good for the mid game. And then the 1 Skyburn, probably my favorite card in the deck, besides Dark Hole Dragon. You always search this in the crackback, and it comes up. Then, because this is an above average deck, and we don't want to lose to bad players, and we want to be above average, we main 3 Cosmic. We don't want to lose to bullshit, so you got to play these cards. And Fire King already don't lose to bullshit, but this card really ensures that you win those runic and those weird decks, right? You're not going to lose to a bad player. Call by the Grave, because it's at 1. And then for the hand traps, I play 3 Impulse, 3 Imperm, and 3 Ash. It's really cool how you can play Impulse in this deck. And then just the generic cards that hit everything, right? And then post-sighting, you could, start taking things out. For example, you always take out Imperm going first. Then for the extra deck, Play one of this. You always end on Sanctuary in this build. You see I don't play multiple witches, so you always leave Sanctuary on the board. So you always go into this, and you always go into it going second as well. And also keep in mind, you have Dark Hole Dragon. It's another level 8. So because I also play the Dark Hole Dragon, I play Buzz King. I think this card is insane. It could be really, really powerful going first, as well as in like towards the end of the game, going close to time, you could burn. So that's really cool. Then some Link cards, 1 Anima, 1 Silent Wolf, 1 Chimera. This is the most important Link monster in this deck, actually. You go into this on your first turn and you start looping it every turn, bringing it back with Arvada. Phoenix, Hita, Dark Charmer, SP, yeah, nothing to say here. This should be the Negate, the other Azamina one that you normally play, but I don't have it. Then Ambla Whale, this should be the Pyro Phoenix, or whatever it's called, Raging Phoenix, and Zelantis. There should be a Fucho in here to help you play through Shifter and stuff like that. You could take out Phoenix, even though it comes up, so you could side Phoenix and play Fucho. And also Typhon is another card that I recommend. So if you find space, put those cards in. Then side deck, 3 Spooky. This could be the new Mulcharmy, but I don't have it. I would not main Follows, but I would definitely side it if I had it. So this could be Follows. 1 Magnemite, 1 Druid Worm. I think these cards are just broken standalone cards, but Magnemite could also search you Dark Hole Dragon, so I think that's pretty cool. Then 1 Lightning Storm, 1 Duster, and the 3rd Dark Hole in the side deck. Again, we don't want to lose to BS, and we want to play every game, so you want to see some of these blowout cards going second. And then some going first cards, because again, this is an above average deck profile. So you play 3 Judgment, just to simplify the game state. You don't want to lose to Rogue, you don't want to lose to BS. 2 D Barriers, just because it's good in the format. And then the last 2 cards, again, to help you play through the Molcharmy and all those weird cards, is Skill Drain and Tikaboo, because you could play under it and it hits Tenpai and other weird decks. So that's pretty much it. That's the above average Fireking deck profile. I know a lot of people have been asking me for it, and I think the key thing is to not play the Snake Eye cards. I think just playing more Fireking and not funneling your deck to a certain player, right? I think playing the Snake Eye cards, you're doing a lot of fluff, and you're trying to bait, I guess, cards to get into your Fireking cards. But the Snake Eye cards take up your normal summon. You know, you kind of dilute your deck with like so many redundant cards like witches and stuff, and all those cards are going to lose to the same thing. So you're going to lose to Shifter harder, you're going to lose to what you lose to even harder. So I think the Fireking cards are nimble and they're nitty and gritty, and it's like a Swiss Army knife. You're always going to be able to play through whatever your opponent has. So that's it.